Hello, my name is Kelsey Green. I served in the United States Army for 4 years. Today we're going to take a look at how the military can be used as an opportunity for one to take a stance for God and share the gospel. I will reveal to you how the leaders in the military took advantage of the opportunity to declare their faith by first providing you information of the influence of the military. Second, I will introduce you to American evangelicals in the military, and then I will give you specific examples on how these Christians use the military to spread their faith and share the gospel. The deployment of military across the world has given the military advantage to make a direct impact with people across the world. In the military, you can be trained to do various different jobs. You could be a combat lifesaver, you could be in communications, you could be in the field doing all kinds of work. These types of jobs, for these types of jobs, the military requires at least 2.4 million slots. So out of the 2.4 million slots, the military needs 1.4 million people to serve in active military forces such as the Army, Marines, the Air Force, and the Navy. The other 1 million goes straight to the reserve components and the National Guard. The criteria for the military: you have to be 18 years old, you have to have a high school diploma or a GED, you have to pass a standardized physical test, and you also have to have a good character. Once you pass those qualifications, you are then given a test to test your abilities, and out of this test, you are given the opportunity to pick certain jobs that you qualify for. Depending on your score on the test, depending on how many jobs you qualify for. There are many personnel in the military that throughout the United States and the world, and amongst these military personnel, you have American evangelicals. Now, an evangelical is a wide-range conservative Christian. That covers a range of different types of Christians, like Pentecostal, born-again Christians, and non-denomination. Evangelicals were once frowned upon before the 1970s, but after the 1970s they became well known and respected as a leading force in the military policies. Using the positions in the Pentagon and the United States Air Force, these military leaders started to stand out and voice their faith throughout the military. A doctor by the name of Michael Lindsay conducted a study of evangelical leaders in the military and concluded that 360 national leaders, including 50 government leaders, played a major part in the influence of evangelicals in the military. In the 1960s, many high-ranking military leaders began to identify themselves as open believers and tried to put their practices into military policies. The Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs gradually turned their campus into a migration for Christians to come to worship and fellowship. A person by the name of Bill Brim in the 1970s conducted a breakfast for 5 major senior officers after seeing that these senior officers were at the top of the list, were the most loneliest people in the military. He felt that they needed someone to talk to, someone to voice their anger, any kind of issues, and they didn't have that type of place to go to. Once he set that up, they congregated more often, and from that point, other types of evangelical groups, such as the Christian Embassy, launched like in 1975 by a campus crusade for Christ. Those types of outreach organizations began to develop programs for these government leaders in the Pentagon for support. A place where they can study the Bible, a place where they can express their faith openly without any kind of criticism, especially in the Pentagon. No doubt does the military get respect from many and is also admired by many. The military leaders took advantage of the opportunity to use their positions to advance their faith and to advance this movement of evangelicals in the military. Their love for God came first, but their love for the nation came next. So now, what are you doing? You see how the military used their positions to bring people to God in their workplace. What about you? What are you willing to do in your workplace to bring people to God and to do further work for the kingdom? Thank you.